Hey, welcome back to our channel. In today's video, it's just me, Brittany, and in this video, I'm going to be talking about the 7 baby steps. Yes, Dave Ramsey's 7 baby steps. And listen, a lot of people think his methods are like outdated, but listen, y'all, I don't care who the financial guru is, or I don't want to say guru, because the guru is somebody that's kind of like scamming a little bit. If there's somebody that you follow and they are into finance, listen, they all have something that's worth taking away. And Dave Ramsey gets a lot of heat about his 7 baby steps, or the methods that he say people should use to become debt free. But you have to understand that if you are somebody that does not know how to manage your finances, if you struggle with managing your finances, then Dave Ramsey is for you. Savings account, maybe you do got a savings account, you're still living paycheck to paycheck, then Dave Ramsey is for you. And honestly, we did Dave Ramsey, but we did like alter it a little bit. But we, for the most part, we are still like working the 7 baby steps, because although we got rid of consumer debt, we still have our mortgage. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this video. So, baby step number 1 is to create an emergency fund. So you are somebody who is struggling. Like I said, your income is low and you find yourself living paycheck to paycheck. An emergency comes up. You don't know where the money's going to come from. You are having to go get a paycheck loan. You are having to ask people. You are having to do things that you probably don't want to do to get this money. So baby step 1 is to create an emergency fund. Listen, emergencies happen. Dave Ramsey suggests that you put away $1,000 for an emergency. Now, this is the baby step that we felt like, listen, y'all, we felt like it was not for us. We felt like $1,000 just wasn't enough for an emergency for us. What we found was that we would save our $1,000 and then end up having to use it in like a few months or something. Then we were right back. So that's how it goes. So he says to save the $1,000, it's there. Something comes up, you have the $1,000 to depend on. Now, if you end up having to use it or even part of it, then you have to go back to baby step 1 to replenish what you took, like what you had to use, as you work the other baby steps. And for us, we just couldn't do that. So yeah, maybe it's not for you, but starting with something is better than nothing. For us, we felt like an ideal savings for us was like $3,000 to $4,000, like $3,000 to $5,000 for our baby step, because we were a family. We were a family of 4 at the time when we started the program. Baby step number 2. Baby step number 2 is usually the longest and kind of the most daunting baby step of them all. But this is to pay off all your debts minus the house. That means you want to pay off all credit cards, car loans, personal loans, medical debt, student, whatever debt that you have, even if it's a personal debt to a family friend or your family member or whoever, that's a debt and it needs to be paid off. So the method that Dave Ramsey recommends you doing this is through snowballing. You take all your debts, you line them up, smallest to largest, not by interest rate. This is smallest to largest of your debt. So even if that debt is like $50, which I've been there. When I put on my credit report, I saw that I had like a $40-something debt on there. And I was like, what? Are you serious? But yeah, no matter how little that debt is, you're going to list that debt from the smallest, whatever the balance is. So you go smallest to largest, and that's the order that you are going to pay off your debts. And you're going to start doing that. It's the least fun baby step, because you are, you're trying to get your finances together, and all the money that you're making is going towards these debts, and it's just really not a fun time. But it can be if you're doing it the right way, which is what we plan on our channel. So step 3, once you have completed paying off all of your debts, step 3 is to put away 3 to 6 months of emergency funds. Now, so you had your baby emergency fund in the beginning. Now you want to put 3 to 6 months of expenses away. So what is that? Like, what is 3 to 6 months of expenses? And some people choose to do 12 months. I think Susan, can't think of her name, she recommends you do 12 months, which honestly is not a bad idea. But we're talking about Dave's method. Baby step 3 to 6 months of expenses. That's what you're going to put in a savings account or a money market, whatever type of storage that you choose to do. That's what you're going to do. What is expenses? Expenses is your basic household expenses. So like whatever it costs for you to live every month comfortably. Even if that includes you, going out to eat or, doing something fun, you want to include that. So let's say your monthly bills in total comes to like $3,000. Then you need to have 3,000 times 3 or the 3,000 times 6 or the 3,000 times 12 saved up and put away, not to be touched. This is your emergency fund in case someone ends up in the hospital, in case you have, a death, in case you end up in the hospital, in case the birth of a baby. Like, this is one reason that we're like revisiting the baby steps and like revisiting our budget. We have to do some adjusting because we are expecting a baby. So when you're expecting things like a baby, you are to not be spending and to be saving, because a baby is a major event. Usually the parents wants to be off for a few months. You never know what can go wrong during the birth of a child. So if anything tragic or not, like, I don't want to think, negative, if anything were to happen, you have the financial security of your 3 to 6 months of expenses set aside so that you can get through that, peacefully, whatever that is. Baby step 4 is to invest, and to invest 15% or more of your income into retirement accounts. Now, I'm not going to go too deep into like what type of retirement accounts, just know that you need to be investing. So for us, we have Roth IRAs. My husband has like our, TSP with his job. Whatever you have, you should be saving 15% of your income for retirement. Baby step number 5 is to save for college for your children. So if you are someone who wants your kids to go to college, I'm pretty sure that a lot of you have heard of, parents where they did not save the funds to send their kids off to college so that they can really focus on their lessons and not have to work. So that's what number 5 is supposed to be for. It's supposed to be securing your kids' future. Now, notice 5 comes after 1, 2, 3, 4. Like, you have to do all this to get to 5 because you want to make sure that you're taken care of so that your kids can be taken care of. You don't want to, be saving for them and you yourself don't even have your stuff together. So, yeah. Step 5 is to save for your kids' college. And there are, investment accounts that you can use to do that, or savings accounts, let me say, that you can use to do that, to put those funds away. And I would say that you should do this even if you don't think your kid's going to go to college. Like, you should still be saving something. For us, this is another one that we kind of feel like it's like where we kind of made our own about it. So we don't know if our kids will go to college, but we want them to have something, whether that be they start a business and they or take over our businesses and they get married, like whatever it is, we want to have something saved for their major life goals. Like, maybe it's helping them buy a house. Maybe it's helping them buy a car. Maybe it's helping them to, maybe it is paying for school. Whatever that is, we want to, wedding. Maybe it's their wedding and, you want to be able to fund their wedding. So just make sure you are saving something for your kids. Step 6 is to pay out the house. So this is kind of the baby step that we are on right now. We're actually, let me say this, 4, 5, and 6 kind of go together. Like, you're obviously not going to be done saving for retirement by the time you pay out the house. Once you reach baby step number 4, this is just something that you should be doing. Like, hey, you're making money, make sure 15% or more is put away for retirement. And then, while you're also doing that, hey, make sure your kids have something saved. And while you're also investing and saving for your kid, you need to be working on paying off your house. A lot of people, some people, they don't want to Maybe you don't want to pay off your house. It's not of essence. Like right now, we're just really taking our time with it because of the method that we did get our house. It kind of makes no sense to pay it off early. It's like we would pay it off, and the only thing that we would gain from that is we won't have a monthly mortgage. That's the only gain we'll have. But, you know, we just feel like, hey, you know, whatever, let's just keep paying it off. And we'll talk about our home in another video. Step seven, like I said, 4, 5, 6, and even 7. Well, 7 is really, I guess, after 6, because if your house is gone, you really can start like building wealth. Step 7 is to build wealth and give. While you are working through baby steps 1 through 7, giving can be hard. Like, how can you give when you don't have to give? And this is something that we struggle with a lot. And I'm not going to really go in depth on that one either right now. We will like talk about all of this in the future. But giving, like, sometimes some people are overgivers. Some people will literally give the last off their back and leave themselves last. And then for some people, that have put them into positions where they are literally homeless. Like, I've seen several homeless interviews where the person has said that they gave. And when it was time for them to receive, nobody was there to help them out. But that's not the point of baby 7 being at the end. It's just that you need to manage your household. It's just that you need to manage your household before you start trying to help somebody else's. Right now, we are simultaneously doing steps 4 through 7. We have like 40, I don't know, we have like maybe 48 or 7,000 left on our mortgage, probably even less than that, honestly. I'll have to call up there and like get a balance. We have like $47,000 left on our mortgage, which truly we could pay off before our mortgage is set to be paid off, which is 15 years, which puts us in 20, let's see, this is our, what are we in? Which puts us about 2029. We definitely could go ahead and pay this off before then. But like I said, we are slow poking about it. We're not really in a rush, especially with how the market looks right now. And we are saving for retirement. We actually want to do we're actually trying to retire early. And we are saving to build wealth. Like, we are investing in stocks and learning about other investment portfolios. So y'all, that's the end of this video. I hope you enjoy this video, and I hope to see you back in another video. Please drop a comment. We will try to reply to it, or even create a video on the video suggestion that you dropped a comment for, or, you know, whatever. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for liking, and I'll see you all in our next video.